Good morning everyone. Welcome back to grade 5 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? So we are starting a new chapter today, chapter 4, fractions. So what do you mean by fractions? When we say fractions, it means when a whole object or a group is divided into equal parts, each part is called a fraction. See? Usually we express a fraction as part by whole, which means the parts that we are considering divided by the total number of parts. So we have a numerator, which is the number at the top, and we have the denominator. So the number of parts we are considering goes as the numerator and the total number of parts goes as the denominator. Now look at this example given here. Do you see the pictures here? The first one, you have one whole circle, and in the second picture you can see this circle is divided into two parts. So we have a total number of two parts, and if you take one part of it, how will we write the fraction? The part we are considering is 1 divided by the total number of parts. What is the total number of parts here? It's 2. So in this case, the fraction of each part is 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 is also called 1/2. Now what about the third picture? How many total parts are there? There are 3 total parts. That circle is divided into 3 parts. And what is the fraction of each part of it? Here the fraction is 1 by 3. The fraction of each part is 1 by 3. So when you put back together 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, it becomes 1 whole or 3 by 3, right? Now in the fourth picture, there the circle is divided into 4 equal parts. Note that we divide into equal parts. So in this case, the fraction of each part is 1 by 4. How do you write that? Write 1 divided by 4. Now in this one, the fraction of each part is 1 by 5 because we have divided it into 5 equal parts and we are considering one part of it. Now here there are total 6 parts, 6 equal parts. So the fraction of each part will be 1 by 6. Here it's 7 and in that case it's 8. So here the fraction of each part is 1 by 7, whereas here it is 1 by 8. I hope you are clear with this. Now we'll see one example. On a mango tree there were 12 mangoes. 5 mangoes fell on the ground. What fraction of mangoes are left on the tree? So what is given in the question? There is this mango tree and it has 12 mangoes on it, and one day 5 mangoes fell on the ground. We are asked to find what is the fraction, not the number, the fraction of mangoes that is left on the tree. So how do we write that fraction? First we will write the data given in the question. So we write the total number of mangoes that we had. It was 12. Now how many mangoes fell on the ground? So 5 mangoes fell on the ground. So now how many mangoes are left on the tree? How do we find that? We subtract the number of mangoes that fell from the total number of mangoes, right? So we do 12 minus 5, that equals 7. So this 7 is the total number of mangoes that is left on the tree now. Now how do we write the fraction? So the fraction of mangoes that are now left on the tree will be equal to the number of mangoes left divided by the total number of mangoes we had. So that will be equal to 7 by 12. We had 12 mangoes in the beginning and right now we have only 7. So the fraction is 7 by 12. Now we'll see the types of fractions. Fractions are of different types. They may be equivalent, like fractions, unlike fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions, or mixed fractions. Now we'll see each type in detail. The first one, equivalent fractions. What does that mean? Equivalent fractions mean they have the same value, like this. 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4 is equal to 4 by 8 is equal to 8 by 16. These fractions have the same value. I'll show you how. Look at this example here. You see this pizza here? Here, in the first case, the pizza was cut into 2 equal halves. See, and we have 1 half here. And the fraction of this piece is 1 by 2. Why? Because it was cut into 2 total parts and we are considering one part of it. So here the fraction is 1 by 2, and in this case the pizza was cut into 4 equal parts and we are taking 2 pieces of it. So in this case the fraction will be 2 by 4. Here the pizza was cut into 4 equal parts and we are considering 4 parts of it. So here the fraction of it is, in this case it is 4 by 8. See, in all these cases the quantity or the total quantity that we are considering is the same, or the value is the same. Even if the number of pieces, the total number of pieces it was cut was increased, the total quantity or the quantity we are considering remains the same. So we can say all these fractions have the same value. So they are equivalent fractions. Now, what are like fractions? Like fractions means in any fraction, usually we have a numerator and a denominator, right? So in like fractions, you have the same denominator in all the cases. Like this, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4. Look at this example here. We have a square which is divided into 4 equal parts. In the first case, we are considering one part of it. So here the fraction is 1 by 4. Here we are considering 2 parts. So here the fraction is 2 by 4 and here the fraction is 3 by 4. See, in all these 3 cases we have the same total number of parts or the same denominator. So we say these fractions are like fractions. Now, then what will be unlike fractions? Unlike fractions mean they have different denominators like this, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4. Let's see that with an example. See, here one circle is divided into 2 equal halves, right? So, I'm considering this colored part. How many parts of it are colored? What is the fraction of the colored part here? It is 1 out of 2 or 1 by 2. Here, the circle is divided into 3 equal parts. And what is the fraction of the colored parts here? It is 2 by 3. 2 is the number of colored parts, whereas 3 is the total number of parts. Now, what about this case? Here it is divided into 4 equal parts and the fraction of colored part is equal to 3 by 4. See, in these 3 cases, the total number of parts or the denominator is different. So, we say these are unlike fractions. Now, proper fractions. Proper fraction means numerator is less than the denominator. Like this, 3 by 7, 5 by 9, 7 by 11. See, here the numerators are all less than the denominators. Look at this example here. See, the circle here is divided into 7 equal parts and 3 parts of it are colored in red. So, the fraction of the colored parts is equal to 3 by 7. The numerator less than the denominator, and it's a proper fraction. Here, the fraction of the part colored in blue is 2 out of 7 or 2 by 7, and here also the numerator is less than the denominator. So, these are proper fractions. Then what may be improper fractions? Improper fractions are those where when the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. Like this, 11 by 5, 13 by 9, 18 by 8. See, the numerators are either greater than or equal to the denominator. Look at this example here. We have 2 sets of squares here. In the first case, 4 by 4 of it are colored. And the second case, 1 by 4 or 1/4. 1/4 is also called quarter. 1/4 is colored. So, what is the total? What is the fraction of the total fraction of the part colored here? So, it will be 4 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Look at the denominators here. Do you see? These are like fractions, right? So, when you have the same denominator, we call them like fractions. When you add or subtract like fractions, since they have the same denominator, we just have to consider the numerators. So, we can write this as 4. In the denominator, 4 plus 1, 5. So, what is the total fraction here? 5 by 4. And there we got a numerator which is greater than the denominator. So, such fractions are called improper fractions. Now, what are mixed fractions? Mixed fractions are fractions that we write in the form as a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Like this, 1, 1 by 3, 2, 3 by 4. I'll show you how it comes. See this example here. Here, the first set of rectangles are all colored. So, what is the fraction here? It is 3 by 3. And here, how many parts are colored? It is 2 out of 3, right? See, here all the parts are colored. So, we can take that as one whole. So, instead of this 3 by 3, I am writing 1 here and I am writing this 2 by 3 along with it. So, here the fraction is 1 and 2 by 3. Or when you write that as an improper fraction, you will get that as 3 plus 2, 5 by 3. Clear? Now, when you get a mixed fraction, how do you convert that into improper fraction? We'll see how we can do that now. We have this fraction 4 and 1 by 3. We have a whole number here and a proper fraction here. Now, what are the steps? First, you have to multiply the denominator and the whole number. Then, you have to add that product to the numerator. Then, you have to write that number that you get by the same denominator. I'll show you how. See, what was our mixed fraction? It was 4, 1 by 3. The first step is to multiply the denominator and the whole number. So, it is 12. 4 3s are 12. Then what do we add? What do? We add it to the numerator. So, 4 into 3, 12 plus 1, it is 13. Then, we write the same denominator here. So, 4 and 1 by 3, a mixed fraction converted into an improper fraction gives you the fraction 13 by 3. I hope this is clear to you. Now, we'll see the reverse of it. You're asked to convert 17 by 9 into a mixed fraction. So, you have an improper fraction here. You're asked to convert that into a mixed fraction. Let's see what are the steps for that. First, you have to divide the numerator by the denominator, like in long division method. Then, you get a quotient, get a remainder, and you have a divisor, right? So, you write that quotient as the whole number part of the mixed fraction, and the remainder that you are getting, that you write as the numerator, and the divisor that you have in the question will be the denominator of the mixed fraction. So, you can use this formula to write the mixed fraction here. It will be quotient into remainder by divisor. So, let's see how we can convert the improper fraction 17 by 9 to a mixed fraction. First, let's divide 17 by 9. How many 9s will go in 17? 1, right? So, we write 1 here. Now, we multiply 1 into 9. 1 into 9 is 9. Now, what do? We subtract. Now, 17 minus 9 gives you 8. Are there any more digits to bring down? No. So, let's stop the division right there. So, you have the remainder 8, the quotient 1 and the divisor 9. So, using this formula, we can write the mixed fraction as the quotient 1, the whole number part, and the remainder goes as the numerator and the divisor goes as the denominator. So, this is the mixed fraction for the improper fraction 17 by 9. We can check if it is written correctly. How do we do that? 9 into 1, 9 plus 8, 17. 17 by 9, yes, that was the question itself. So, it was done correctly. So, this is how you convert a mixed fraction, an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. I hope this is clear to you. See, 1 and 8 by 9. Now, you see a collection of flowers here. How many flowers are here? There are 6 flowers here and they are arranged in 2 sets, right? So, they are divided into 2 parts. And what fraction of the flowers are colored? 1, 2, 3 out of these 6 flowers are colored, right? So half of it, or 1 by 2 of the 6 are colored here. Now, since this is a small collection, it's easier for you to find out the answer, what is half of 6. So if it's a bigger collection, what do we do? When you are asked to find out, if this is the case, for example, if you are asked to find out 1 by 2 of 6, what do? You just multiply the fraction with the total number of objects in the collection. So we do 1 by 2 into 6, which is equal to 1 into 6 is 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 3. So what is the fraction of the colored flowers here? It is 3. See, 3 flowers are colored here. So when it is given 1 by 2 or 1 by 3 of something, you just multiply the fraction and the total number of objects in the collection. Hope this is clear to you. So today we were discussing about fractions. You have to go to the Let's Recall page, that is page number 55 in your textbook, and also the page number 56. You can see some questions given there. Please go through them and work out these questions in your notebook. And below that you can see the heading Maths Around Us. Please go through that as well. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Until then, bye.